So, in the last one, I kind of did a quick overview of some of the stuff, kind of hinted at like documents. The other thing that they've got is they've got all the files organized by the device it came off of. And I think in a lot of ways that would give us an idea of what things were looking like. So if we look at the size here, it's like 258 gigabytes of different stuff. And yeah, that reflects right here as well. It's just this is sorted by device, and some of the device files are much smaller than others as to what you could go through. So we can, yeah, we will take that, and then all we got to do is go to downloads F. Okay, so a lot of stuff is missing because it was malware previously, apparently, but yeah. Or marked as such, which is interesting because, yeah. WoW 64. Huh. Does that mean that they were playing World of Warcraft? That's a model, it looks like. Let's see. Printer. It's all Active Directory and printer stuff, it looks like. So I guess they had some sort of IT infrastructure that they actively use, like Active Directory and scripts like that, which is interesting. That is fascinating. We've got some group policies going on here, which is very interesting to me. Let's pick on a different file. That one's a little bit bigger. Okay. It's an MP3 file. No. Okay. Somebody's kid got a hold of this. Sony record. Oh, interesting. So these are just recordings. Okay. I think I'm going to leave that one be. Let's pick on that big one. That's 171 megabytes. Pick on the multi-gig ones probably some other time. Let's see. Wow, go figure. An operating system file. Okay, that's the reason why they would remove it. Got it. ASCII text with very, very long lines. What? That it. Setup DLL. They've got smart card assist. What in the world? Turbine heads, very sophisticated. Where'd they get all this sophisticated stuff? Wow. Okay. Equal width lines of blocks of text. That's cool. Calendar.js just kind of hanging out there. Time zones. A flower for your desktop clock. Oh yeah, I remember that. Trust me. I swear to the good Lord, they had a lot of sophistication that I think people, yeah. Really makes you ask a few questions as you're like going through here and seeing them actively using Active Directory and things like that. Like, not just a ragtag group of terrorists, but I wonder who gave them all this capability. Picture puzzle. Oh, wait, are those part of the... They might be. Part of the Windows desktop whatever things. That's something. Okay, I might have to go through that later. Okay, so in the converted materials section, this is basically a bunch of books that I believe are scans into PDF. So we could go, or converted from other file formats. So I could go into there. That's got a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, whole lot of nothing. I don't read that. Squiggles. Sheesh. Copy of PPT. Let's see. Jammy. They've got so many new Microsoft PowerPoint. What in the world? They like dropping clip art into random things just to test it. Just an empty document. Okay. Contemporary photo album. Ah, yes. The most contemporary of photo albums. I'm glad they are learning about IT infrastructure in this one. Wow. Understanding updates and where are watermarks so I know who wrote these up, honestly. It would be wonderful. License. Windows 7 release candidate. Help change your computer name. Photoshop 7.0. README. So you're telling me that the Al Qaeda boys had Photoshop that they were using rather than GIMP? Oh my goodness. What is activation? Let's see. American economies. Dang it. Anyway, if I had a way to just... Okay, I know how this works. I just can't highlight right, that's all. Sheesh. So let's go try and dump this into... Are you going to support this? Accuse Bush of exposing America to the worst financial collapse in the country's history. George W. Bush announced that his administration will need to spend $2.23 trillion in the next fiscal year to meet requirements of the two-thirds of the priorities of winning war on terror, protecting homeland, achieving long-term economic growth, but his proposed budget, which included a huge deficit, second in a long series, did not take into account the burdens of the tax plan, costs of possible war in Iraq. Let's see. Bush entered the White House at the beginning of 2001, inherited a projected budget surplus of $5.6 trillion. When the burdens of his benevolent tax proposals were added to his failed fiscal policies, these surpluses disappear entirely when we find our... Don't do this to me, or you're going to make me go somewhere else, buddy. Sign up for free! AI-powered DeepL. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I'm going to have to pop a bunch of these into Translate. Darn it. But yeah, that is a dive into... I'll figure out what devices are more viable for sifting through stuff, but I do find it interesting that they were using Active Directory and had help documents for figuring out how to do things on their computers, because apparently they were using a lot of those at this point. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.